All right. Well, welcome to my Psychic Connection. I'm your host, Journey Ryan. I hope everybody is having a wonderful Tuesday night. All right. Well, some of you it's Wednesday, depending on where you are in the world, and I hope you guys are having a good one. Either way, you guys know how things work here. All you got to do is say hi. We put you on our list. Um, as we go through the list, you guys can jump ahead of that list if you decide to click the donation button. It's a small donation to jump the list in order to make sure you guarantee your reading for the night. And remember, guys, tonight we have a show after tonight's show. So, about 30 minutes after this show ends, another show will begin. So, as far as we know, we're on schedule for that, but we'll see how that goes. I'm hoping everybody is ready for their readings and has their question ready. Remember, guys, we are not medical doctors, so please remind when it comes to medical questions and things like that, always see your physician. Okay? Doctors will know more about what's going on inside your body than we are going to know. We can see bits and pieces and possibly where aches and pains and things like that are coming from. But to know the 100% diagnosis, you will definitely need to be seeing that doctor. The doctor will be able to tell you what's going on by testing your blood and doing things of that nature because they are trained in that form. You don't go to your doctor asking for a psychic reading, so don't come to your psychic trying to get a doctor checkup. So I just had a couple of those today, and I was like, guys, you got to go to your doctor. I know that you trust in my word and the things that come to pass, and I'm happy that you enjoy your readings, but always make sure you see your medical physician when it comes to health. It's very important, very important. All right, I hope everybody, as I'm sitting here talking and watching everybody walk through the door, guys, remember you can catch us here. We're here 5 nights a week. Now, also remember, if you want to get a one-on-one, a private reading, you can always see us at mypsychicconnection.com, where you guys can get your one-on-one reading with us. And we can't wait to talk to each and every one of you guys. Remember, you can sign up, get 3 free minutes when you sign up. And that way you can either call us or chat with us. We do have our chat line available now, so you guys can use that. I'm going to post the jump list here for you guys. So if you'd like to jump, go ahead and do so. All right. Well, we are going through what I'm looking at here is the moon's wobble has started, starting to cause a little bit of chaos. People feeling a little unbalanced. I know I've been talking about this for a while, but I'm trying to get everybody to understand everything that's going on and why they're feeling a little off. It's like trying to get your sea legs and, make sure that you can try to find your balance through the energy that you're going through right now. It is, it's not normal, and it's going to be continuous like that. That's why I say find your new sea legs, because guess what? This is going to be happening until 2030. So we got 9 years of this. So it's a wave span that's going to, once you can find your balance, you should be good. I'm not saying there won't be a wave here and there that'll knock you on your butt a little bit, but for the most part, you should be able to catch your balance. But even when this stops, now remember what happens when you've been on the boat for so long and the waves, and you finally got the balance of doing that. Now you're riding with those waves, and now your legs are made that way, but then you hit land because it stopped. Now you've got to refocus your balance, start a whole new balance, try to remember what you used to know, and bring it back to the present. So just welcome to the waves of the universe and the energies that be, and know the energies that are out there because it affects everybody. All right, so like I said, if you guys are new here, all you got to do is say hi. We put you on our list, and then we go straight down that list. You can jump the list in order to get ahead of everybody else. That will guarantee your reading. And as that's being said, I'm checking right now to see if anybody has jumped the list. So, guys, bear with me while I do that. We are here tonight with Jesse Slate, Nikki Taylor is running behind, so hopefully she will join us soon. But Jesse, how are you tonight?
I am doing well. Excited to
That's
get some readings
wonderful.
in. How are
Absolutely.
you doing?
I'm good. Just trying to get everybody out there and knowing the truth about getting a psychic reading. I've had some people going off, and they said they were getting readings from people, and they were coming back, and they were getting freaked out, and they were getting scared about what was being put out there and how they're being read. I always tell people to find the psychics that resonate with you, that connect with you, that feel good with you, who you resonate with, because if you're going to keep going to all these different people, you're going to, I call it psychic residue, and you're getting a reading. Let's say you go and you talk to this psychic, and then 5 minutes later you decide to go talk to another psychic, and this psychic's picking up what that psychic's energy was and what you learned from that. So now you're changing the energy of what they should have got, which was that fresh, clean slate, to see what's going ahead, because now they're seeing that energy as your own, and you can throw your readings off. And you know what? I'm going to tell you right now, Spirit has been tricksters. They've been very big tricksters, and you know, if you want to play those games and you want to keep doing, you want to come and not be true to your question, you're not going to get a true answer either, because you're not only wasting our time, but you're wasting the energy, and you're not being true to yourself. So you're not going to get, that positive reading that you need and that energy that you need to see, because you are changing the outcome. So when you ask a question and you ask it to us, come through as clear as possible. Because if you try to change it, try to manipulate it, it's going to come off wonky to me, and I'll either call you out or tell you to visit Stephen King. Because I'm not telling you stories. I'm not here for that type of entertainment. I'm here to give you the answers you seek. If that's not what you're looking for, you're on the wrong show. So either come forward with the right answers or hit the road. Any rude, unnecessary comments will have you blocked. And I don't mean just for tonight's show. You will be banned. So just know that we are making sure that we're trying to get everybody who wants to be here an opportunity to get a chance to read. And those of you who are just wanting to goof around and do things like that, you'll just get banned, and we won't have to answer your question ever again. So I don't go to your job and play games. Don't come to this one and do the same to me. So
You went in a little bit tonight, telling them how it is. You went in a little bit tonight, telling them how it is.
Oh, yeah. Well, I've been trying to provide people, and I've been watching games being played, and I've called a couple people out, but I didn't call them by their names. They're coming in under different names, asking the same questions, but rewording it in a different way. People who aren't their boyfriends are calling their boyfriends and things of that nature. And I've watched it happen over and over. And people think I don't know. I'm just polite enough to not call you out. Now, there was a couple shows where I had it. I was at my wit's end and said, no. But I'm not trying to do that. So I shouldn't have to do that. But just because you're trying to change or manipulate the energy, you're changing the actual reading. You're causing ripples in the information flow. So be careful of that. All right. So, all right, let's keep on going here. Let's get this show on the road. I know there's lots of people here. And let's see, register in my system. I'm not sure what's going on. Jenna, what are you talking about registering in the system this time? I'm not sure what Jenna's talking about. All right,
Maybe
well, let's
in
get
getting
this.
on a list. Maybe. She said something about getting scaled before last time. We're not getting on the list.
Last time I got jumped is all. No biggie. Honey, we read for you last time. We read for you. And we're on 8 different platforms, so no one's getting jumped. Just want everybody to know that, guys. We read from 8 different platforms. It's not just the same group that you're in. Okay. Well, let's get this show on the road and get this party started. All right, let's see who we got out here. Grace Anderson, get your question ready, and then I need Damian Foster to get their question ready. So Grace, post your question. Damian, get your question ready. What's going on here? All right. Grace is here, says, any positive changes for me next month? Okay, well, let's take a look here and see what's going on. When it comes to change for you in the upcoming month, I do feel like changes are slowly going to progress. So there are positive changes. They're not quick. They're not like major changes, but they are gradual changes that I see. I see more of a stronger change for you when it comes to the month of September. So you're gradually starting to change as we go through the month of August. But then when we get into September, those changes increase. They get a little bit faster. The things get a little bit better. But I feel like you're finding your balance, just like I was talking about at the beginning of the show. So I want everybody to realize that, yeah, we're going through a lot right now. You could feel like you're in a standstill. Things could feel a little bit crazy. And I'm feeling that's what you're feeling a little bit of. And I don't think that you need to worry about that, because I see you finding your balance and I see you being able to move yourself forward. I don't feel that you're going to have anything to worry about. So make sure that, you take your time with things, which keeps showing here. Take your time, walk with balance, do what you've got to do in order to be able to move yourself forward. So I'm going to tell you right now that you are in a good spot. You're in a good place. Change is going to happen. It's going to happen slowly, but I definitely feel like you're going to find yourself moving in the right direction. And in September, you're going to be skyrocketing even further. So this is definitely a positive thing happening to you, and I hope you enjoy this. One thing I can say is don't put yourself in a place where you're waiting for the other shoe to drop, especially when good things start to happen. I feel like that's something that you're always waiting for. Live in the moment, live for today, and continue to keep moving forward. I'm going to pass this over to Jesse. Let's see what the cards have to say for you, Grace.
Okay, hi there, Grace. The first card I pulled for you tonight is the Chariot. When this card comes up, it means you recently balanced a rough situation, but what the card says, an important achievement, self-discipline and willpower and public recognition. The second card I pulled for you is Strength. It's saying great inner strength, release harsh judgments, forgiveness, and compassion. When this comes up, this card also means you are a lot stronger than you realize. And the third card I pulled tonight is the Knight of Air. It's saying time to buckle down and get things done, honoring your commitments, and a guardian angel is watching over you to help you with your times. I hope that helps tonight.
All right. Thanks, Jesse. And thanks, Grace, for that question tonight. All right. Next person on the list is Damien. After Damien's going to be Blanca D. Blanca, get your question ready. All right. Damien, any positive change for me for the rest of the year? The thing is that when it comes to your changes, says change will come, but you need to take away things that no longer serve a purpose. So now is a time for you guys, is a time for you to, take a look at the things that are going on in your life. Take a look at the people that are going on in your life. Take a look at things that aren't just, there's no reason for it to be there, or there's no reason for you to be doing it anymore. Like, toxic friends and, maybe indulging in something too much, spending money in a way that you didn't typically do before, but you've been doing recently, and you feel that you should stop. Just like little, I would say, new bad habits and old bad habits that no longer serve a purpose. And even people that no longer serve a purpose. Doesn't mean you have to hate them. It means you just need to take yourself away from them. As it comes for positive change and things like that, I am going to say something positive because I'm seeing financial growth for you. So with that financial growth, I'm definitely seeing you moving forward. I'm seeing, it's a financial gain, and it's bigger than it's definitely an increase from what you're making currently. And I feel like you're going to continue to keep making that money. And I keep seeing business, like a second business avenue. So not working for just an employer, but doing something for yourself. That's something that I see coming your way. So I hope that helps, and says so true. Thank you very much. Let's pass it over to Jesse, see what his cards have to say. Jesse.
Okay, the first card I pulled tonight is the Eight of Fire. It's saying skill work is rewarded, learning all there is to know about a topic and going back to school. And when this card is pulled, it's saying your heart is in your studies and you're committed to your career or a project and you're on the right path. The second card I pulled tonight is the Three of Fire. It's saying abundance. Things are looking very good. Have some patience and to make long-term plans. And this third card I pulled tonight is the Queen of Fire. It's telling you to stretch your wings and fly. Don't underestimate yourself. You have the ability to do the things you need to do. And I hope this helps you tonight.
All right. Well, Nikki was able to get her internet taken care of, so she is now back with her tech problems being taken care of. Nikki, did you get her question?
Yeah, can you say it one more time just so I can really connect to it? I did catch the tail end of it.
All right. They want to know if there are any positive changes for me for the rest of the year. The name is Damien Fosco.
Oh, perfect. Okay, so I've got your cards pulled here, Damien. It's interesting because I can see that you've had a lot of restriction recently. And a lot of that restriction has actually been internal, even though you've experienced it as external restriction. And so a lot of like self-limiting beliefs and a lot of perspective that revolves around like, I can't do this, or there's reasons why you're not going to get there. I can see now, though, in your present that you're really taking action. So even though deep down there's some core and foundational like self-limiting thoughts going on there, you're moving past that in your physical action. You're like, well, I don't believe in it, but I'm going to do it anyways, right? I'm going to take steps towards it, even though there's a part of me that doesn't think I'm going to get it. That's really what's making it's what's bringing forth the most shifts and change in your life right now is the momentum and the change you're taking in your actions, even though it's contrary to kind of what you're thinking inside. It does put you in a position in your near future where your finances are going to take a pretty significant turn. I think that's going to be the biggest turn in your mental block, because it's like you need to see it before you believe it, right? Your faith really relies on having visual proof. And so having proof in your finances is going to be like the deal changer for you, where your thoughts and your perception is able to really integrate into your action, and you're going to be able to really make some moves when it comes to manifestation and meeting a lot of your goals. One of the things that is going to need to come to fruition for you too, it doesn't seem connected, but it is forgiveness. So I would really call on you to tune into where you may be withholding forgiveness in your life, because it's creating more of a block for you than you realize. It's seemingly unrelated, but energetically, it's very related. And then your oracle card is courage, which, let's see if I can get that there for you, which I love because I think forgiveness is such an act of courage. It's a courageous thing to do. And it's one of the propellers for you. Things are going to speed up pretty quickly once you get to that place. So know you've got that change in your finances coming for you, and then tune into the work that you have to do when it comes to your forgiveness, and you're going to start seeing a lot of shifts in your material world, which is going to bolster your faith, because you want to see your finances change. You want to see moves happen. You want to see things happen in your relationships. You want to see things start to pivot and shift in your life before you can really emotionally get on board with, oh yeah, the universe is good and good things can happen to me. Those things are going to start to happen for you in a really big way. So it's really exciting.
All right. Good stuff, Damien. I hope that helps you out, and look forward to the things ahead. Especially when finances increase, it's always a good thing.
I know.
And their own business and things like that. My gosh, good stuff. All right, so let's keep on going here and go ahead and take the next person on our list, which is Belanca D. And then Jenna Turner, get your question ready. You'll be right after Belanca. Belanca, throw us your question. All right. Says Journey, I had a dream last night of my husband, but also I saw numbers 4, 12, and 60. Do they mean something? My husband was showing me paper, and I feel it might be important. Not a bad dream, but more like informative. Okay, so I'm going to go here with what I'm seeing. As much as I want to say, Belanca, that was your husband coming through in the dream, I don't see it as that was him coming through in the dream. So you have a hard time taking information that you need to do for yourself and accepting it for yourself. And the thing about it is that because you don't do that in your mind, while you were sleeping, you needed to take in some information. There are some things that you need to get done. These numbers that are coming through, they do have meaning. I don't have enough time to go over the meanings with you, but I will email you on those so you have an idea of what those numbers mean. So it will connect to what's going on in your life. But when it comes to the papers, yeah, you're trying to get things in order. Think about the list that we just talked about. Think about the things that you've been doing, putting things in order, looking for all your documents, looking for all your paperwork, getting things in order. It's time to organize. And that's what I'm being shown here. So I'm being shown that it's time for you to organize, get things done. The paper that you're trying to look at, I think that is a reflection of some of the things you and I have talked about doing, which we did the other day, about, the pros and cons, the positives and the negatives, releasing things into the universe and letting things go. So I feel like you are processing and taking that in, but for that to be your husband coming through, it's actually the only way subconsciously you're going to accept the information that was being processed, because for whatever reason you have a block against yourself and you're not trusting yourself. So let's turn that around and let's start believing in what we know and start trusting our instincts, because I feel like you're leaving yourself behind. So let's stop doing that. Let's start focusing and trusting ourselves, because you won't have to be led to believe things in a dream in that way, and you'll be able to move forward. Then that'll allow time for your husband to pop in and say hello. I'm going to pass this over to Jesse. Let's see what the cards have to say.
Hello there. The first card I pulled for you tonight is renewal. It's saying you need to review and evaluate and learn like the truth about a situation and move in a new direction after you learn the full truths. The second card I pulled is a Ten of Water. They're saying a contented and rewarding family life, emotional and material needs are met, and you have trustworthy relationships around you right now. And the third card I pulled is the Lovers. It's about intimate relationships, the needing to make a decision that's important, and good health. And this card also means you might need to balance yourself and deal with some issues. I hope this resonates with you, and I hope it helps tonight.
All right, let's pass it over to Nikki.
Muted. Okay. So, Blanca, I have to really agree with Journey. He's so in tuned with what's happening here, which is that you're basically externalizing your higher self, right? So you have this powerful intuition and insight, and yet you don't trust yourself, like Journey said, to take your own advice, or when you have a feeling or an insight, or you tune in about something, you resonate with things much easier when it's given from an external source, when somebody's telling you, right? And that really is about self-trust. So that's something that needs to be cultivated within yourself, because you have such a powerful internal compass, right? You can never be lost because you've got this internal compass. You can never, oh, love the hair, Nikki, good color. Thank you. You also have this like internal library, which is what we can call our intuition, right? You've just got this massive, beautiful, in-depth library inside of you. And so it's really important for you to listen to yourself when you have instincts and when you know something, even if it makes you uncomfortable, or even when it feels too good to be true and you think, oh, I don't deserve that, or I can't do that. As for the numbers, I think really what's coming through, so when we put that in order, I believe the order was 4, 3, and 6. And so, 4 is the number of structure and building, right? You can't have a room without 4 walls. You can't have a physical experience without, 4 elements and 4 seasons and all of that stuff. It's the number of structure and framework. And so you start there with the building, the structure, and the framework, and you move into the number 3, which number 3 is the number of self-development. It's the number of education and meeting milestones and goals. And then you move into the number 6, which is balance and harmony. It's like a scale with 3 weights on each side, right? Balancing each other out. It also represents domestic roles within the home, right? So when you kind of put that all together, it's like you building a sense of real harmony and balance within yourself as a part of your self-development, as a part of your next chapter. It's like your higher self externalizing itself as someone that you trust and value, which is your husband, and then coming in and saying, sweetheart, you've got work to do. You've got some self-development to build in order to have harmony in your life. So I think the cue here is to really go inside and focus on the therapy, the wellness practices, the nutrition, and all the other things that you need to just develop yourself into a state of real harmony and balance. So.
All right. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right. Blanca, I hope that helps you out. She says, wow, Nikki, thank you. I needed that information. Thank you.
You're welcome, sweetheart.
All right. Well, the next person on our list is Jenna Turner. Jenna, get your question ready. We will take that question right after the break. Stay tuned. We'll be right back after these messages. right, and we are back. All right. Now, guys, don't forget to tune in 30 minutes after the show. Nikki's new show, Divine Time with Nikki Taylor, will be airing tonight. So don't forget to tune in and see what that divine time means.
Yeah, I'm excited, guys. I'm super excited to connect with you a little more in depth, a little more intimate. So it's going to be exciting.
Yes. All right, guys, and you'll be able to tune into that show. You'll be able to tune into that show right here, same channel, same place, just a different time, 30 minutes after our show. All right, guys, let's keep on going and take our next person in line, which is Jenna Turner. Jenna, go ahead and throw us your question. And the next person after Jenna is going to be Michelle A. Michelle A., go ahead and get your question ready, but do not post it. Jenna Turner. Honey, I need you to post it now. I can't see it. There's so many things that go through that it disappears in our stuff. So if you could, please repost it.
Come on, Jenna, baby. I got a bunch of info sitting here for you. It's right here for the taking, my love.
All right. While we wait for her, guys, like I said, don't forget to tune in tonight, 30 minutes after the show, to see Nikki. Tomorrow night, we're going to be here with Gifts of Faith, myself and Jesse Slate, and also on Thursday night. And then myself and Gifts of Faith will be doing a show this Friday. So don't forget to tune in on Friday to ask those questions you guys I know you love. So go ahead and tune in on Friday at 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 Central, and I think that's 7 Pacific time.
It is. I know. Every time you ask that, I panic like I don't know. It's like, I'm not a problem. I'm not good enough.
All right. So Jenna has got her question. Jenna says, do you guys see marriage and a baby / family with the relationship in things have been picking up lately, and I have a feeling a better life. Also, sorry, Journey, if I irritated you earlier with my question. No, honey, you didn't irritate me. You're good. I just want to make sure that you're not feeling a certain way. That was all. So the thing is that the relationship that you're currently in, I do feel like it does need more time for development. Even though that things are picking up right now, I do believe that they're going to be on the rise. But I keep feeling as though you're putting the cart before the horse at this point. It's not that these things won't happen for you with your relationship. I'm not saying that at all. But I feel like you're putting more anticipation and more pressure on your relationship than needs to be right now. As it's picking up, you should be enjoying that energy and, allowing it to develop. You should be developing with the relationship and not going, oh, now that you're good, marriage, baby, this. You will have those things. I definitely see them for you, for sure. And the thing is that I want you to make sure that you don't, by me saying this and letting you know that, is so you don't get disappointed if it doesn't happen fast enough or soon enough for you, because you're already thinking along those lines. And by doing that, you're putting pressure on yourself. So I just don't want you to, put pressure on it, and that way you don't throw off your timelines and you don't put unnecessary pressure on the relationship, which can cause fights that would have never happened and things to that nature. So we don't want to do that to yourself, and you do not want to do that to the person you're in the relationship with. So I had a dream about a chariot and the word chariot over again. It kind of funny where I said put the cart before the horse. I mean, that just goes and basically you were seeing that in your own mind is like, don't put you see how the chariot's supposed to look. Don't put the cart before the horse. So give it time, allow things to develop, allow yourself to have that excitement. Live for now, live in the moment as good things come about. I'm going to pass this over to Jesse. Let's see what the cards have to say. Jesse.
Okay, the first card I pulled for you tonight is the King of Earth. It's saying there's a successful time to confidently accept all the opportunities that you're offered. The second card is the Page of Fire. It's saying there's a news of an exciting new endeavor. Use your originality and ingenuity. And the third card I pulled tonight is Justice. It's saying fair and just decisions. Do what you know is right to stand up for your beliefs. Also, when this card comes up, it means something could possibly be working out in your favor. And I also agree with Journey that it's not fully time for the relationship and it needs to develop a little bit more. But I hope that helps you tonight.
All right, let's pass it over to Nikki.
Hi, honey. So I love what Journey said about you should be developing with the relationship. That's such a simple and just powerful statement. I think that, okay, so with the timeline, sorry, I'm tuning in because I wrote some stuff down for you. I'm kind of tuning in real time as well. Right, so Journey mentioned about shifting timelines here, and it's interesting because it's like we can shift timelines that can happen organically, and we can just be able to pivot with that, which is really beautiful when we're able to do that. And here, though, what I see is more of a forceful manifestation versus an organic manifestation. So the Chariot, actually, in the deck of tarot, let's see, we've been together for over 2 years, and we've talked about it a lot, and it's wanted. So I just didn't know. Gotcha. I hear what you're saying, and I'm not trying to insinuate, and I'm not getting from spirit that it's that you're like just imagining this, right? You're trying to force something to be, and the other person just has no idea you're planning your guys' wedding. It's not like that necessarily, but it is that it's not part of the organic like unfolding and development of the relationship necessarily. Even though it's been talked about, there still is a level of forcefulness when it comes to the manifestation. Now, you're dreaming of the Chariot, and the Chariot in the tarot deck represents this really diligent effort that provides victory, right? But like a Roman guy, he pulls in on his chariot and he goes to battle. Like he doesn't stand there passively. If he does, he will be slaughtered, right? He has to pull his sword and fight in the microseconds in order to win, and he's victorious. This is kind of what that is. It's like you have a mentality that in order to get what you want or you need in your life, you really have to work by the sweat of your brow, like a Roman emperor, right? Or a Roman dude coming into battle. You don't want to apply that logic to your relationship. This isn't work. You're not doing this by the sweat of your brow. This is flow. This is love. This is supposed to feel good, baby. I think that he has a little bit of a wall up, a little bit of a guard up, and you're going to want to be really mindful of allowing that wall to come down in his time, in his way. It is not something that you can bring your sword to and take the wall down for him. That will create issues for you. If you allow that wall for him to come down natural and he doesn't feel pushed or feel like you're pushing his timeline, I do think that you guys will have a really good partnership. But again, it's definitely in the future. So you want to be patient and enjoy what's happening now. Like you're young and in love, baby. So enjoy that.
So, yeah,
he does. Yeah.
So when I said about the relationship that you should enjoy at the moment, it's not that, like Nikki said, it wasn't about not saying that these things can't happen, as I did see them happening for you. I just don't want you to go too far out, and then because those times aren't happening tomorrow or next week, that you're finding yourself doubtful, or because the relationship is now coming out of a small pivot, like it was dipped down and it was not at its highest point, but now it's climbing back up to get to those points. So just know that love is going to shine through. So no rush. Yeah, no rush. But the main thing that out of what I saw, what Nikki saw, and what Jesse saw as well, it's about, living in the moment right now and not giving yourself any type of expectations or anything. It's just living in that, take in what's happening right now. That was the main thing.
100%. Especially when you're in love, you want to soak that up. That's a beautiful, that's magic. Everybody wants magic. Well, we get a taste of it here on Earth, and it's called love. And so when you're in love, you got to soak that up like the sun.
Oh yeah, eat it up, girl. You got a good relationship. You got a good relationship. I wouldn't worry too much, and you will get the things you're asking for tonight. So hopefully we were able to help you with that. Thank you so much, Jenna, for that. I appreciate you. All right, Michelle A is here with her question, and Keisha will be next. So Keisha, get your question ready because you are next on the list. All right. Michelle says, what will the next couple of months bring, positive and or negative? Okay, well, that's a bit of a tricky question depending on how the situation is when it comes to negative and positives, because even though that something may feel negative at the moment, sometimes there are things in our lives that we can't let go. And when we don't let go of those things and they all of a sudden just have to happen because we just couldn't let go, and then finally something negatively impacts it in order to separate you from it, you see it as a negative, but yet the universe is trying to create that door and has been giving you these feelings to let something go, but you just couldn't do it. But then the universe was like, all right, I have to put a stop to this so this other thing can happen, because that's truly what needs to be happening right now, not what she's going through or what he's going through at the moment. So the thing is that, so it depends on the situation. I do feel like some things are coming to an end, which can feel saddening. But at the same time, I'm seeing that being doors for new things to walk through. So you're going to find yourself watching certain things. It feels like people are stepping away and stepping back, and you're feeling like you'll start to feel like a little bit of a loneliness because you're not used to these people not always being there. It's not that they're walking away from you on purpose. The door is opening for new things and new people to walk into your life. This is a time for change, and I'm seeing a lot of change happening between now and the end of this year. As you walk into 2022, you're going to find yourself with a bigger group of friends and introducing these friends to some of your older friends and other opportunities walking in, like new job opportunity that I see coming your way, a new way to create a financial nature for yourself, something that will help sustain you and do things to that nature. Says my cousin is dying of a brain tumor. I am sorry to hear that, and she's my rock. Well, when it comes to the brain tumor, I do feel as though you do have some time, so enjoy that moment. I wouldn't dwell on the fact that you may lose her, but take in the fact that you're still having that opportunity to spend that time. But of course, I'm not a doctor, and the doctors will, as long as they can follow what needs to be done to the best of their ability, that'll just give them just that much more time with you. But enjoy what it is, create some amazing moments together with each other. That's something that you'll cherish for the rest of your life. But remember, not creating these memories and always thinking of that particular thing can actually cause more harm than good. But like I said, new opportunities and doors opening for you. And, like I said, make sure you spend that time with her, because, you want to make these positive memories. I'm going to pass this over to Jesse. Let's see what the cards have to say.
Oh, hello there. The first card I pulled for you tonight is the King of Fire. It's saying to devote your time and energy into the current situation at hand. It's also saying to communicate with vision, be a leader, and to take advice from someone creative. The second card is the Seven of Water. It's saying there's a complex decision that needs to be made. You need to do some research and to stop procrastinating and to get things done. The third card I got for you today is the Ace of Air. It's saying brilliant new ideas and inspiration, seeing the whole truth of situations in a challenging beginning. This card can also be about turning negative into positive. And I hope that helps you tonight.
Okay, let's pass it over to Nikki.
Hi, honey. So it's interesting. There's a lot of emotional energy coming through. I'm assuming that a lot of that is attached to your cousin. I'm so sorry you're having that experience. And yet there's more than that. So I can sense that you've experienced, it's like a feeling of, it's hard because I'm ping-ponging between like betrayal and disappointment, right? And those are both just such powerful experiences, to be betrayed or to feel genuinely disappointed by something, to not get what you thought you were going to get, or to have something not turn out the way that you not just wanted but needed it to turn out. It says, yes, I need to get my schoolwork done. Interesting. That's sitting in your recent past, this betrayal, and it really, or disappointment, and they're hand in hand, right? It feels like a betrayal, and I can't tell if it's attached to a specific person or if it feels like the universe has kind of betrayed you, right? Because you are disappointed, you're let down, right? It's coming up though in the element of swords, which is showing me this has a lot to do with your perception. So it's almost like the glass half empty, the glass half full. And I don't want to devalidate your experience ever. I don't want to say like, oh, you have a broken heart. It's just your perspective. Change your perspective and you'll feel better. I don't want to be flippant about it, and yet absolutely that's how I feel. Gotcha. I don't want to be flippant about it, and yet I do want to offer you that powerful healing can be simple. It can be very simple, and it can be as simple as looking at it through a different lens, right? And looking not at what you've lost, but what that disappointment and that loss, what it gifted you, what the offering was in it. That's very powerful healing. In your present state, you're in a state of growth. You're in a state of the Queen of Pentacles. So you're having a lot of change and growth happen in your material world. So your living situation, your home, your family, and your finances. And you're coming up, you're on the precipice of experiencing more restriction. So I want you to be prepared for that, but I want you to prepare for it going, okay, I'm going to do the glass half full thing with this. I'm going to go, what is this offering me? Because there is a huge offering in the restriction that you're coming upon, the complexities that are coming. And then I also need to urge you to verbalize. You need to reach out to people with your voice and let people know how they can support you right now. Nobody's a mind reader, honey, and there are people waiting in the wings to support and elevate you, but they're waiting for your cue. So sing it out, let people know how you can be supported, because you deserve that support. You're worthy of it.
All right. Michelle, I hope that helps. And remember to make sure you spend this time with your cousin and make those happy and positive memories, those things that you'll remember forever. Try not to focus on that negative that happens out of the situation, because you want all of it to be positive as much as possible, because even that positive healing, just to have those positive feelings and not to focus on the negatives, can also be great healing for you and for your cousin as well. All right. All right, so I need Keisha. Keisha, go ahead and throw us your question. You are next on our list. And Linda D, get your question ready. You are next after Keisha. Yeah, it's hard. Thank you. I understand. I have a very close friend of the family who has that same issue, and we try everything in our power not to make that the focus point, but to make sure that they're invited to dinners and they're having a good time with us, and we watch movies together, we talk online, we giggle about the dumbest things. Even though they may not be funny to anybody else, they were funny to us. And those are things that I know that I would hold deep, that I'm going to hold deeply with me for the rest of my life. And nothing can replace that. So it's hard. I get it. And I sympathize with you on that. All right. Keisha's here. Keisha says, Hey y'all, what do you see for me for the future? I've been working hard on a few things, and spiritually, I'm trying to connect with people doing my readings. What do you see for me? So, you say you're working with people for your readings, but are you talking about readings for other people or your acceptance of your own gift? Because I see you to have your own gift. And the problem with your own gift is that you second guess yourself. I mean, I'm not going to say you do it every time, but there's a part of you that's like, I know this, and then you're like, wait a minute, or you take a step back, or you try to put something else on it, or you're not sure because you're not feeling like you're going to come up with the right answer. Well, I got news for you. You have the right answers. Your first intuition on the situation that you are brought forth with, definitely with the right information. I know. Accepting it, you're so right. Well, if you can accept it and start looking at the things, because I'm going to say this too. I see a lot of like practice with yourself. Like you try to do things for yourself, but then you overthink it. So rather than taking it in, and what is the first thing I'm getting when I look into that situation, you're thinking about it, which is completely different than reading. Thinking about something and overanalyzing something is much different than actually reading the situation. What is coming forward? What's being brought to me? And that's what I need to learn to accept. If you ever want to practice doing readings with yourself, look at a mirror, bowl of salt water, things to that nature, anything with reflection. That way, when you look at the reflection, you're reading for the person in the reflection. So you're looking at a reflection of yourself and you're reading that person. And then by the time you're done, record it. Record it while you're reading for that person. And then when you play it back, you're going to be like, oh my God, that resonates with me. I'm so excited. But, you're strengthening that muscle. And I think the only thing you should really be working at right now is the confidence side of things. Because, honey, the rest of it is going to come to you like nobody's business. I hope this helps. I hope you gain that confidence, which I know I do see you getting. But work on that part. The rest will come to you very fluidly. I'm going to go ahead and pass this over to Jesse. Let's see what the cards have to say.
Oh, hello there. The first card I pulled for you tonight is the Wheel. It's saying a time of positive change, new opportunities coming, a situation suddenly moves forward, and fortune is on your side. This card can also mean to take a leap of faith, knowing that everything will turn out well. The second card I pulled is the Knight of Earth. It's saying time to buckle down and get things done, honor your commitment, and you have a guardian angel watching over you or around you. The third card I pulled tonight is the Eight of Earth. It's saying skilled work is rewarded. This card's about going back to school and learning all there is that you can about the topic. I hope this helps you tonight.
All right. She also said, when I'm connected, I'm amazing. When I get in my head, I can see and feel the difference. So it helps a lot. You're welcome, sweetie. Nikki, what do you got for her?
Hi, honey. So I want to elaborate a little on that, the Eight of Pentacles, the Eight of Earth card that Jesse pulled, because I connected to it. That's you becoming a master of your craft, right? Because it's about education, but education is self-development that allows us to become incredibly knowledgeable at an expert level of whatever it is that we're studying, right? And so that's really what it's representing for you, honey. You have really deep emotional attachments to your gift, your skill, your reading, and so nobody's harder on you than you. Ooh, nobody critiques you worse than you do, my love. And so you're right. So getting out of your own head and removing yourself from it's kind of a catch-22 because I was going to say removing yourself from the emotional attachment, and yet this is sacred work, right? And you value it and it means a lot to you deeply. So you can have that emotional attachment and yet release past emotional narratives of I'm not good enough. feeling like if you don't provide 100%, or maybe you tell someone something and they're like, oh, that doesn't resonate with me. You instantly beat yourself up, or feel shame, or feel guilt, or feel worry. Like, I'm not a good reader. I didn't, right? And so you can let those emotional attachments go, release those, while maintaining the healthy ones, which are that this is sacred work to you and that you really value it on an emotional level. I think for you to step into your full power in what you're doing and your connection with your clients or the people who you're reading for, you have some old parts of yourself to put to death, if you will, in order for you to be fully reborn in your gift, like to your fullest potential. So there's just old parts of yourself, old things that you used to participate, old perspectives, old mindsets that are still lingering for you. You fall back to those when times get tough because they're comfortable, and yet they don't serve you in the work that you do, and they certainly don't serve you in like the highest expansion of yourself. I can see that you've had basically a spiritual awakening recently. So you've had your spiritual awakening in increments. It's like you go through kind of a big epiphany stage and a big shift, and then things are dormant for a while, and you even backtrack a little into past behaviors, and then you go through another one, and it's like you're just inching forward. And I can see that you've had one of those expansions very recently. Your freedom lies in your ability to put old parts of yourself to death so that you can be reborn, to allow those parts that don't serve you. You don't have to bring every part of yourself with you. You can leave some of them behind, right? They don't have to join you on your future journey. And I do see that there's a lot of emotional, spiritual, and financial freedom in the work that you do. If you cultivate it from a place of new beginnings, not trying to make your entire past mean something, not trying to make, look at me now type of energy, but just stepping into your new self with no attachment to your past self. It's going to be huge doors opening. Over the past year and the past 2 weeks have been super hard. And today I meditated, and it's been hard to let those things go. Gotcha. When you're doing the work, you're meditating, and when you're meeting interference, you're getting uncomfortable. Meditation is uncomfortable work. So you're willing to do that. And I think that's a really good foundation.
Absolutely. All right, guys, just so you guys know, we're about to take our last question on this show, but in 30 minutes, Nikki Taylor will be on Divine Time with Nikki Taylor in 30 minutes after this show. So, guys, don't forget to tune into that show. It'll be on right after this one. So, Linda, let's go ahead and get your question. So, thank you so much. You still with us, Linda? Guys, remember, 30 minutes after our show tonight, you'll be able to tune in and be on Divine Time with Nikki Taylor, guys. She is starting her show on Tuesday nights after our show, so get ready to tune in every Tuesday night with Nikki.
There's a lot of information coming through loud and clear. It's been hard for me to stay in the time limit tonight. I'm like, bell already. So you guys are going to want to come and be unrestricted so we can get you all the clarity and guidance that you need.
Absolutely, guys. You heard it. No bell.
I'll be there. Under a different name, but I'll be there.
All right, so Kiki was the next in line after Linda. So Kiki, go ahead and throw us your question, and Kiki will be the last person for tonight. And then tune in for Nikki's show and see about getting a reading on that show. All right. Kiki's wanting to know about love this year. You wanting to know about a particular person because I keep seeing someone around you currently, but they don't look. They look like they're from the. They look like they're from the past, is what I was going to say, and I feel as though that keep them where they're at in the past. You don't want them in your present. You don't want them to, be a part of what's about to happen next. When it comes to love, I do see love coming your way, but I don't see someone significant for you until we get into the month of September. Now, I'm looking at mid-September when I see someone that's going to connect with you, stick with you. The energy feels good with you. It's someone that you can have longevity with, but I'm not saying that you're not going to be able to go on dates between now and then. I just don't feel like you're going to connect in the way that you're going to connect with the person that's coming up in mid-September. So this person, I keep seeing them. They seem to be doing well for themselves. They take their work very seriously. So dating has been kind of hard for them due to the fact that all that they're doing is working, but they're finally giving themselves the opportunity to, kind of live a life and be a little bit open and give themselves some quality time. So with that being said, just want you to know when you get in contact with this person, they're still going to have that work mentality, but they are going to make time for you. Now, that will come with time as well, as they have to find a way to not keep falling back into the all I got to do is work mentality. So they got to give them time. It's kind of like breaking a bad habit. They're trying, but they got to realize that, yes, I'm giving myself free time. I've got someone I can share it with. So with that being said, expect love coming your way as we get into mid-September. The people that you see in between, not saying don't go on a date, enjoy yourself, but just know that the person that you're going to connect with for a quality relationship is going to be in mid-September. All right, I'm going to pass it over to Jesse. Let's see what the cards have to say. Jesse?
Okay, well, the first card I pulled for you tonight, which I do agree with Journey about the past person, to leave it in the past. But the first card I pulled is Ego. It's about a false sense of entrapment, being focused on materialistic things, and getting rid of negative and fear-based thoughts and anxieties. The second card's the Eight of Earth. Skilled work is rewarded, learning all there is to know about a topic and going back to school. The third card I pulled is the Queen of Fire. It's saying to stretch your wings and fly. Don't underestimate yourself and assert independence and individuality. But this also means a person who's deep and mature and is able to sense and give anything that you need, like provide for you on an emotional or a physical level. And I hope that helps tonight.
All right, Nikki, you're up.
Hi, honey. I have to say I don't see a lot for love. Not because there isn't any, but because your spirit and angel guides are bringing through some other information. So Journey and Jesse have brought forth the love for me, so let me bring forth the other info. Here, your spirit and angel guides, your celestial team really want to talk about you breaking away from old restrictive practices. So you have had a history with being kind of over dominated by others and by yourself. Because it's like you took the torch and was like, oh, hey, I used to be over controlled, like in my family, in my, there's some cultural aspects to this. So perhaps maybe religion or perhaps maybe you had particular roles because you're female or based on your gender. And it's like, even after the external, like oppression or control was gone, you were like, oh, it's okay, I'll do it for you guys, right? And that is really, that's kind of a natural thing that happens. People definitely tend to do that. So I don't want to like make you feel embarrassed or like it's silly that you did that. And yet I want to let you know that you can put down the torch. Right. And that's what your spirit and angel guides are saying. Like, hey, you don't have to like over dominate, control, and like limit yourself, just like you've experienced historically. Like, That's like not a natural way of being. You get to live free and do what you like and follow your own path without guilt or shame or worry for what other people may think, right? I could see that there's definitely, I said that it started like early on. This is from your childhood because there's some inner child work that needs to be done. Definitely some reparenting of your inner child. Reparenting of your inner child is for you is really going to look like when you're triggered, when your emotions are pulled on really heavily and it seems almost over the top, like you get really sad, really angry, and you're like, oh my God, I can't believe that pissed me off so bad right now. That's when you're going to go, okay, so the little girl inside of me is being triggered, right? And then you want to tune into why that's triggering for her, and you want to soothe her right there in that moment. Because there was a point where when you were actually young, you were triggered or hurt or whatever, and you didn't have anyone to come in and comfort you and reorient you and go and validate your experience. You didn't have someone to go, wow, honey, that was a really crazy experience you had and you were abused. Yeah, I'm so sorry, honey. And so what happens is you grow up thinking nobody validates it for you, but it's your turn now to validate it for you, to go, hey, that wasn't okay. You experienced something really awful, and it's okay to have those emotions, but we can't react that way anymore, right? So that's going to be what your reparenting looks like. And then just knowing that, think about the ways that you hurt yourself and then stop doing them, because you deserve to feel safe. You deserve to feel free. You deserve to feel honored, validated, heard, okay? And you don't treat yourself any different than you would treat a little kid. If you walked into a room and your younger self was sitting there, how would you treat her? You would treat her with so much love and kindness and tenderness. You deserve that now as an adult. So go ahead and give that to yourself because you're worthy of it, sweetheart.
All right. Thank you so much, Nikki, and thank you, Keisha, or Kiki. Sorry about that. Thank you, Kiki, and I hope that helps. And look forward to love in mid-September. All right, guys. This is the end of this show, but remember, in 30 minutes, we will be live again, same place. You guys can stay right where you're at and see the next show. It'll be on in technically 20 minutes. All right. From everyone here at My Psychic Connection, we want to say thank you so much, and we'll see you tomorrow, and we'll see you in 20 minutes.
Have a good night.